What up, everybody? Hello, Joey J. Ping here, checking in live, respectmyregion.com. We're back on another episode of the New Jersey Cannabis Podcast. Today, we've got a special edition powered by sparkscan.com. We've got a very special guest, Kayla Montoro. Kayla, what is your official title these days? A woman who wears many hats, I'm sure, there at Conservatory Cannabis Co. in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, just outside of Atlantic City. Kayla, what are some of the many things that you do there at Conservatory Cannabis Co.?
Love it. Yeah. So my official title is CEO, but obviously you dabble into a lot of everything. I'm very marketing centric. So I oversee a lot of the marketing efforts there and the higher level things such as, possibly expanding the business one day
Let's go,
and
of
stuff like
course.
that. Yeah.
Exciting. Well, thank you so much. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to chat with you today. I love chatting with different dispensary. I love talking with the owners. I love talking to bud tenders. I'm a former bud tender myself. Never owned a dispensary, but have worked in them. Enjoy the community. Enjoy the industry. How did you get started, Kayla? How did you guys start Conservatory Cannabis Co.? What was that like? What were you doing that idea when you guys were like, man, we should do a dispensary? And Kayla, you should run it. You should be the big boss. Like, what was that like for you guys?
It was pretty crazy, as I'm sure most everyone's stories are. They're very long. You have to go through a lot of red tape. And this story started about at least 7 years ago now.
Wow. Okay.
It's starting to, I have realized as you get into your 30s, I'm turning 34 this year, I feel like all the years kind of start blending together for you. And you're like, I don't even know what the year is anymore. But so it has to be about 7 years ago now. We had come together. It's me and my boyfriend, John. We actually are part owners in the dispensary. And then we have a couple of silent partners that are into real estate in the area, which is very, very helpful in that part of things because New Jersey they wanted you to have a piece of property prior to having the license, which was very, very expensive for a lot of businesses prior to having a conditional license, which they have now, which is so helpful. So all of the small businesses back when they had the medical licensing and stuff like that, they were holding on to these properties for years and, we're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars before they even got a license and were even open. So that was very helpful for us. And we were very thankful to have a partner like that. But really what sparked the idea was a trip out to Colorado and looking at, we were always into, weed and cannabis as we were growing up. And when the legalization happened, it was mostly on the West Coast. So we didn't really get to see that as soon as everyone on the West Coast did. But when you go out and visit it, and you experience a dispensary and you see what it's like, there's these preconceived notions that a lot of people have prior to walking into one. Absolutely. And once you actually walk into one and you're like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's so welcoming. And it's just super cool and a chill vibe. And we were just like, when it comes to New Jersey, we want it here. We would want it in our hometown and we would love to do this. So that's how we got here. And it's been a long road trying to get the licensure, but we got there.
How exciting and how cool is that for you guys to go on a trip like this, be inspired, and after so many years to bring it to life, right? I think that kind of creativity, that kind of discipline, it deserves some respect on the name. You know what I'm saying? Because of the hustle that goes into that, because of the long hours and the challenges and the creativity that had to problem solve everything. Man, it's not easy. I talk to so many dispensary owners and operators across the country now, and the heaviest workload is going into it, getting licensed, getting approved, having the money, and being in the position for them to say yes. Let alone going and opening in the next chapter and phases of all that kind of stuff. Which, Kayla, it sounds like you were there for all of that journey as well, leading the pack with your guys' team. What was it like? Well, first off, let's give some clarity and just some timeline here. What year did you guys open? what is this build out phase? What was that era like for you guys? When was that?
Sure. So this baby idea started somewhere around 2018. We applied for our first license. We were trying to get into the medical portion of it before it became legal in New Jersey. So that was in 2019. We finally received a license for recreational. We weren't successful in the medical aspect, but we were successful in the recreational aspect. And we received that license in 2022.
Okay.
And then we started building out in January of 2024 and opened in August of 2024. So we're a baby, super baby. We haven't even hit a year
What
yet.
was the official opening date in August?
August 17th.
Oh, my birthday was August 3rd. I was
Oh,
wondering if
dang.
I was wondering if I got lucky. No,
We just missed it. It was
that's
right when we
amazing.
got our license, though.
That's super cool, man. No, and
Yeah.
congratulations on that. You know, that's a hurdle in itself, and you know, the end of a marathon in its own right. And then there's obviously other marathons in the grand scheme of life, and specifically the business's life. What was the next series of challenges post just getting open for you? What were some of those things that really stand out for you in those first initial weeks, quarters, months, etc.?
I mean, after that, compared to the licensing process, everything seemed more like a cakewalk. we were very, very lucky and blessed to grab a team that was unfortunate to have a little turmoil at another dispensary, and they're just this wonderful group of people, and it almost seemed fated and everything, and we were able to bring them on board with us, some of them saving their jobs or giving them a job after they lost one. And they were all so very knowledgeable. They were in the medical space and they were running a dispensary already in the area. So after getting the license, since we were blessed with such a wonderful team, it was surprisingly flawless and easy, and they did everything with grace, and I just can't thank them enough for that, because after getting the license, I was like, I don't know if I have anything left in me right now. It's like I have the license, but then it's like, okay, actually building and opening a business is next, and when you take a lot out of you, it's hard to keep going after that.
Yeah, I feel the energy suck, the emotional suck. It's very much draining to get all of those things, to overcome all those hurdles, a lot of the rejections I hear. Then I feel like I've heard so many stories where they like change minor things just to kind of, not just, excuse my language, but just to fuck with you guys and maybe make it a
Yep.
little more challenging. Or maybe, oh, this code changed. Oh, when? Oh, yesterday. Oh, yeah, now your cameras that we told you last month, you know, are out of whatever, right? It's just so many different things and hoops to jump through. You know, it's not been easy there. And you know, hearing what that was like for you, I can totally imagine that as well. What goes into your guys' brand vendor partnership ecosystem there? What is that culture like? What do you
Mm-hmm.
guys choose to carry and curate there at Conservatory Cannabis Co?
So we are very, very in tune with our menu and our ordering. We came into the industry wanting to have a highly curated menu and a highly diverse menu. We're proud to say that. And literally, it took us about 8 months, but literally just the other day, our inventory manager, it was a pretty cool moment. He looked at us and he was like, yeah, I think we have the best menu in New Jersey now. And we're like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's just an awesome, like, it was one of our goals, and it's awesome to finally reach it. So with these vendors, we love to reach out to these new guys and help support them and get on the map. These legacy operators, trying to get them on the map as well. There's a lot of craft options. I mean, just the last week or two, we've had maybe 4 new brand launches in our store.
Wow.
And it's just amazing when these
Let's
cultivators come in.
go.
It's like, they're like, oh my gosh, they're like, we know what they went through to get to this point. Like, obviously, they're on the grow side, so it's a little different, but just the licensing process. So when we connect, we're just all like, oh my gosh, we did it. And we're like, I know you did it. And so we're like, your products on sale here, and we're so happy to have you. And we love to cultivate these relationships, and it just feels like one big family, really.
Why didn't you guys go that route where you were selling products to versions of you instead of being the retailer?
We just came from a retail centric universe, and I felt like that's where our strengths lie. My boyfriend, John, he came from the retail atmosphere, food and beverage, casino, and I came from the marketing side in the casinos as well. So I feel like that's where our strengths lie.
Nice.
As far as cultivation
There's a lot of
goes, that's just
structure in casinos, I feel like. A lot of
yeah,
operational structure, organizational structure there for efficiencies.
100%. Not only efficiency, but they also have a lot of rules and regulations to abide by. So, coming from a marketing perspective on my side of things, I was used to, sending things for approval to our regulatory commission, making sure you have the fine print in your ads, making sure you're not advertising to the wrong people. So,
Yeah,
a
you're not
lot
like
of that.
building things from scratch or trying to overcome. It's like a learning curve plus a creation curve at the same time, I would imagine.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
That's man, how cool is that that experience can translate directly into what you guys are doing there in cannabis. New Jersey, Kayla, what kind of consumer are you? Are you a consumer? Can I ask that question? Is that okay?
Mhm.
I'm here
Yeah, of
smoking a joint.
course.
I got this weed when I visited in Washington recently. That's where I'm from, Seattle. I live in Los Angeles. I
Oh,
love New
cool.
Jersey weed. One of my favorite brands out there. I'll name two farms, Hamilton Farms. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
three farms, Hamilton Farms, Clade 9, and I'm also going to shout out Garden State Greens. Are you a
Nice.
consumer of flower, or do you have some categorical preferences?
I've always been a flower girl my whole life. I love the vapes for the convenience when you're like out on the town or something, or even like
Absolutely.
the joints or something. But the flower, just pure flower, I've always appreciated a beautiful, beautiful bud and the smell of it and just the look of it. I just almost like a nice glass of wine or something. I really appreciate the work that goes into it, and I like the pure part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
like so. Those are my. But you nailed a couple of our faves too. We carry Clade 9 and we carry Hamilton Farms. Hamilton Farms isn't actually too far from us, so
Oh, dope.
it's very cool.
Well, geographically, you guys are down there in South Jersey, right? That's what you were saying. It's just a little bit outside of Atlantic City.
Yes.
You said that part of the goal when you were there in Colorado was we wanted to come back to our hometown. We wanted to do that. Did all those things come true? Did all those boxes get checked? Is this where you guys are from?
Yeah, I mean, John, my boyfriend's originally from this area. He grew up here. He went to high school here, college here. Our other business partner is the same thing. I'm actually originally from Pennsylvania, but I have lived in the South Jersey area for about 7 or 8 years now. So I consider it my home, even though some people will say, no, you're a shoe
Nah, come
bee.
on, man. That counts though too. But also, to my understanding, is that with PA right there, you guys kind of all intermingle, intermix. Isn't that kind of a thing?
Yes, for sure. And it's definitely one of our goals to expand to all of our hometowns. Our director, Connor, is from Delaware. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and obviously John's here, and we have a shop open here, but we would love to open one in each part of our hometowns. And we thought it would be cool just to get this little tri state area hooked down with our hometowns.
Let's go, Conservatory Cannabis to the tri-states of PA, Delaware, New Jersey. Man, let's go. That'll
Love
be cool.
it.
Right now, though, just one location there, correct?
Yes, right now one location, but we're grinding. We're expanding our wings, and hopefully it happens soon.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah.
Do you guys have you mentioned you guys have like a couple new brand launches in there. Do you
Mhm.
guys have plans to launch your own products? Can New Jersey even do collab white label things from a retailer standpoint? Can you bring some clarity there?
We can, yeah. We've had some opportunities with white labeling. We haven't quite gotten there yet as a business, but it's definitely on the horizon. As far as our own manufacturing goes, we haven't looked into it. We've had high level discussions about manufacturing our own product and getting a license. But speaking of Delaware, we did win a manufacturing license in Delaware. So
Oh,
that's the next one we're working on, and we're very excited with that. I know our director, Connor, he's very excited. He has a lot of great friends that are already super knowledgeable on all the products. So we would be very excited to launch our own brands in that regard. But yeah, we have had, as you said, a couple of small brand launches recently. One of them being Bass River Buds. They're not too far from us, actually. They're about 15 minutes outside, and their flower is so pretty and amazing, and we're happy to have them in our store for sure.
the there were some great products when I was out there, man. I really enjoyed my experience there in New Jersey for the last MJ Unpack there in Atlantic City.
Yep.
Always a fun time there. There was great cannabis all over the place. Um, One of my questions is going to be about going back to some of the different kinds of brands. Are there like you said some of these brands are like local to you there.
Mm-hmm.
Does are there like social equity brands there in New Jersey? Is that a thing from like the flower or the edibles or the beverages, the vape space too? Like are there equity brands there?
Of course. One of our
Okay.
most popular brands is called Prolific. Shout
Mm,
out to them. They have such a
yeah.
great line of product, and their packaging is probably one of the most fun, even though they've had a little snafus from the Regulatory Commission on it. But hopefully things turn out for the best for them. But they have some great product, and it's one of our most popular brands. They're definitely top 5 in our store. So we love
Wow.
them.
That's cool. So when going back to these, these different types of brands, you've got all these different categories. Are you guys just looking for the best, the best? How do you balance price versus quality? Is Egg Harbor Township is it a wealthy place where you can just have the best of the best only? Is it a busy commuter type of area? How do you balance this quality price meets community demand with your guys' menu?
It is really difficult. And as far as the demographic goes, it's definitely probably on the lower end of the median. So we do want to balance out our menu for sure.
Hmm.
And price is always on our minds. And when these craft companies come out, sometimes their prices will be, higher. They'll go over maybe like $65 for an eighth. And we're like, okay, we're not ready for that on our menu yet. Like, we don't want to go that high. We don't think,
Yeah.
it's fair to the consumer yet. So we just like put them on the back burner for a little bit, and we see how things go in the market prior to bringing them on board. But we do also have an influx, since we are near Atlantic City. We have an influx of shore homes near us that are only like 10, 15 minutes away. So we do have a little bit of that higher level income that comes in during the summer. So it's a great breakdown of the menu. We have some great price products for the consumer, and we also have some like higher level if people are able to spend that much too.
I think maintaining that balance has got to be tricky. And my understanding too in New Jersey is they kind of allowed the MSOs and all that to take foothold first. And there
Mm-hmm.
was not, and it's not been like the legislation responded to the complaints or issues. We'll just call it, they pushed forward and things kind of changed over time, for lack of a better way of putting it. But now there are more craft operators. Now there are social equity groups. Now there are just the regular person had a chance to be in the market, so to speak. Um, what was that process like? I mean, you guys are pretty new. You guys did you have to experience the just the MSO stuff before, or have you only been able to participate, or or what have you heard about maybe experiencing that if you really have it? I'm not quite sure how to frame it.
Yeah.
What has that just been like for you guys?
Sure. Yeah, I know the MSO quality is depending on what you grab and who you grab it from, it's not the best. So we're very picky with the product we purchase if we
They're
purchase
usually good for
anything.
like gummies and drinks and
Yeah.
stuff like, or like vapes. I feel like, right? They're good for that kind of stuff. I feel like.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely give us some great deals that we can offer to the consumer. As far as them taking foothold in the state first, it was very difficult for the smaller brands to get out there, because as far as marketing goes, they have a higher level budget, their name is out there, and the consumers are just highly uneducated when it comes to the industry, not in like putting them down, but it's just there's no education out there for them. So all they know is
Due to the highly regulated marketing.
yes, exactly. There's a lot of things we can't do, and that we can't say. And even on things like, I mean, you probably know on like Instagram and Facebook, it's very hard for us to even discuss cannabis in general just on our page. So that was a bit of a learning curve for our consumers. We didn't want to bring mostly MSO stuff into our store, but we did at first so we can get the consumer in and then educate them on something else. Yeah. That was our strategy behind that, is educating the consumer at the bud tender level, and hopefully that working. And I think it has worked, because a lot of our menu, we're starting to phase out those products. We still hold a little bit of it because, you know, some people like that and some people want that option. So we'll hold a little bit as long as we like the testing results that come out from it, or we like the product that comes out from it, but we don't hold a lot of it anymore. And I think that's why that moment, circling back to our inventory manager, like that moment was like, oh my gosh, I feel like we did it, you know, like we educated them enough to make a need for the product in the market.
That's an interesting way to measure that too. I think that's a particularly interesting thing to maybe measure over time, or to think about as you go through your different waves of buying and you start noticing THC trends, or my next question about terpene trends and things like that. Are what, you know, they talk about, like, people from Indiana are called Hoosiers, Californians are Californians, Washingtonians. What's a New Jersey person?
I don't know.
Pennsylvania?
The first word that comes to mind is Guido, but
oh, we can't do them like that. We're not doing them like that. Okay, so I don't know, for all the new, I'm just gonna say, for all the New Jersey folks out there, man, are they speaking Terpenese like all these other bud tenders in states? Are we getting the terp talks? Where are the customers at? Is the industry speaking it? What is it like there at your store, for example?
The industry speaking it, there's a very small percentage of consumers that are speaking it, and that is our other hurdle that we want to overcome, is educating people, because they will go on our menu and we know them. They'll sort by highest THC and then that's it. And we're like, no, but you know, this strain over here, it might be like 25% THC, but it has like 2.5% terps. And we're like, this is great, you know, and just a lot of consumers don't understand what terpenes do for you and how it even enhances your high in different ways. And that's the next hurdle we need to overcome with our consumers and just the general public. And I'd honestly really love for even lower THC products, because there's a new market of consumers out there that are very interested in trying or getting into it again. And these products are so high level that their body can't quite handle it yet. So the only thing that we can really control the dosage of would be like maybe like
gummies, mints, pills, even tinctures. I feel like they're measured on the line, but do I ever measure that line perfectly? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Not that I hate on tinctures at all, but that is the one issue I do take with tinctures.
Yeah.
But yeah, edibles and gummies and these candies and stuff, and then it's like food dyes and sugar, and I remember balancing that, and it's tough, man. I am down for pills and capsules. I love concentrated things there, but another problem too is a lot of bud tenders aren't buying these kinds of items personally, and thus are not able to make the solid recommendations. But it's tough too, because we're also trained to just go to Walmart or a Target and just go buy some pills or supplements or something like it's nothing. And there's pharmacies and grocery stores in those places too. It's just so normalized for so long to go do that over there, and it hasn't been reverse normalized into cannabis for those kinds of products yet.
100%. It's so true. And speaking of the bud tenders too, we love to we're lucky that a lot of our vendors give out samples to the bud tenders. So every week we usually are able to have sample day. So they're able to sample these products and they can actually speak from personal experience now when they're recommending products to the consumer. And we tell them, be honest. I don't want you to push something you don't like or you don't think that will help for a person just because of profit. I don't want that, because one person will like one thing and another person will like another. It'll eventually even out.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take it a fun direction. We're about we're a little over halfway through the episode, so I want to take it a fun direction, Kayla. Are you more of a foodie? Are you a movie person? Do you like music? What's a little bit about you, and what do you go do once you're high, or maybe you're chilling? You know what I'm saying? What kind
I
of
love
stoner are you?
that. So I do have a lot of interest. Mainly is playing Fortnite. So
Okay,
I'm
gamer.
yeah.
Nice,
We
dude. I
like to
love
play
that.
Fortnite with our friends online a lot. That's definitely the number one thing. I am a big foodie. I love going to get some good restaurants and good food, and I always like to search for the new thing out there. If something pops up that looks
Mm-hmm.
cool, we'll even drive for it for fun.
Let's go. Hey, man, an
Yeah.
adventure's an adventure, especially with weed involved. Come on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Come on.
What's your
Nothing better
what's
than
your
that.
do you have a favorite restaurant there near the Dispo in Egg Harbor there?
Not near Egg Harbor. Wait, I might lie. What's our favorite place?
Mm,
Sacco's Subs we order from a lot. It's like South Jersey is really
I
known
love
for
a
their
good sub.
subs. They're very well
Yeah,
known. Their bread is delicious down
yeah,
here.
I heard about that when I was in Atlantic City. There
Mhm.
was like this fancy sub sandwich restaurant inside a couple of the casinos.
Yes, White House Subs is the
Yeah,
popular
that
one.
place, White House.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story actually. When I first moved down here, I heard about White House subs and I went out for lunch one day there and I was like, all right, can I get an Italian sub? Blah, blah. And they're like, do you want a half or a whole? And I'm like, oh, I want a whole because I'm thinking it's like a foot long. I didn't eat all day that day, so I was super hungry. And then they bring it out to me, and a whole sandwich down here is like 3 feet long. So I'm out here by myself carrying this like 3 foot hoagie because I didn't know what a hole was down here.
That's
So
great. I'm
forced
gonna
to
have to
go
do that the
visit
next time we
down
go. That's amazing. I can't wait to pop back out there. That's a fun one.
there.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. Hey, everybody, for those of you guys watching, we appreciate you guys hanging out. This episode is brought to you guys by SparksCan.com, the cannabis industry's premier agency for cannabis marketplace management. Weed Maps, Leafly, and Yelp. You guys want to make more money there, this is the group to call, the group to hit up. Visit SparksCan.com or hit me up direct. I'll put you in contact with Kevin. All right, now back to our special guest, though, Kayla Montoro, co-founder, CEO of Conservatory Cannabis. How did the name come about? Where'd that come from? Why
Ooh,
Conservatory Cannabis
that was
Company?
a fun one. So the name came about because I was looking for a relationship with obviously plants and then also music. And the word conservatory goes both ways. You can have a conservatory, beautiful greenhouse where you go see these beautiful plants in the sun and the humid weather.
I always think
And
about the
then
Harry Potter conservatories.
yeah, exactly. And they're so fun and beautiful. And the other conservatory is a music conservatory. And, a lot of music throughout the years has been inspired by weed. And we love to celebrate that. And I thought that would just be a cool connection of plant and music. And that's where it came from.
I love that, plants and music coming together.
Hmm.
Do you have a personal connection to the weed outside of, or an allegiance to the plant outside of consuming it? Did you grow? Were you one of those edible making cool chicks back in the day, or even still currently?
I will start with I do not grow. I don't have a green thumb. I would kill any plant I had. So I did not do that. I can't
Okay.
even keep like one of those easy plants. They always die on me. But I am a concoctor. I love making anything. Like I've tried my part in edibles in the past, RSO, tinctures, all the above. I love
I love
researching.
the beverage world that we're in now. How we can buy these
I
beverages and
know.
mix them with things, and now there's so many little shooters to mix stuff in
It's
too.
so fun. Things are
Right?
getting real fun out here. I can't wait for, we were talking the other day, I can't wait for a good hot sauce.
Oh, there. I haven't. You know what? I haven't seen a hot sauce out here in Cali in quite some
Yeah.
time. It's been it's been a little bit. God, there's a group that I'm blanking on right now, but I can picture her face right now. It sucks. And then I feel like in New York, there's another one coming out here soon. But yeah, I mean, at some point, Jersey's gonna need their own, or maybe they need some kind of sandwich topping ingredients for those subs because the subs seem to be
Listen,
part of the culture.
maybe we need a good mayo or something.
Or you just need an actual flavored olive oil that's for the subs, like a think of like a
Ooh.
maybe like what else is on those subs, like a black pepper or something else. Like there's got
Yeah.
to be some kind of olive oil version of that you could infuse to bring it to life.
I love that. That's such a better idea because
Come on, man!
it's just
I'm a
so much
sandwich guy. I love a good meatball sub, man. That's my thing. I'd take that. I'd take that. Whatever that topping is on my meatball sub right now. I don't know why. It's because I smoked 3 joints on this episode. That's obviously why I'm getting hungry here.
That's why you're dying for the meatball
Ah,
sub.
man, I remember waiting in line for that White House subs. People were really hyped on it, dude. I love it. My favorite thing about doing all these episodes is learning and helping increase the accessibility and getting the culture of cannabis, the education shared. But I also love hearing about all the different little local recommendations and hearing about the local culture, man, and
Heck
what's important to all these people and how you guys, got this journey going. Obviously, Kayla, you know, uh, a real big important part of our brand is, we've got our women's podcast host Shelby. We try to always support women, and are there a solid number of women-owned brands and operators out there as well? Can we show some love to the ones that you guys are working with?
Yeah, for sure. I know there's a lot of women-owned dispensaries out there that I love to follow on like Instagram and that kind of stuff. I know one of them that comes off the top of my mind was Baked by the River.
When I think of
Um,
New Jersey, I think of, isn't Precious out there in New Jersey?
yes, Precious is out
Come on, man.
there. Her
Precious is the
pre-roll,
legend.
she's amazing. And her packaging is so pretty.
It's precious. It's preciously pretty.
It's preciously pretty for sure.
I love that.
But yeah, we love that. I mean, we're a women-owned business ourselves, so we love to support the girls out there.
What are some products that you feel could be added to the New Jersey market? If you had a Christmas
Mm-hmm.
wish list for things that you could add in addition to that hot sauce you were talking about, and I got some questions for you about that hot sauce too because I like hot sauce. So if you could, we'll circle back to the hot sauce after these. If you could ask for 3 products to be created in your market, or even just 2, what would those products be?
Okay, I already got the hot sauce. That has to count.
That's one.
I want I want something delicious like I'm an ice cream person, so I would love
Ooh.
to see some ice cream.
It's funny you say
I
that.
don't know how hard that
I
would
was just
be.
saying, like on the East Coast, I haven't seen sorbet in Washington. There's freezers and that has all those, like that has like 5 flavors of sorbets in it. This
Yeah.
brand did infused sorbet, rosin infused sorbet.
I would love that. And also, I'm a big tea drinker, so I would love some infused honey. That would be a top one for
There's
sure.
not a honey out there.
Nope, not a honey out there that I know of. If someone has honey, please
Ooh,
hit me up.
come on, reach out, folks. We got a request here. No, I think
Yes,
that's super cool. Now
please.
back to the hot sauce, right? So we got a honey. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good one. Got the hot sauce. That's a good one. We want an ice cream. That's a good one. But for this hot sauce, are you
yeah.
talking like? Are we talking like I live in LA? Are we talking like green? Are we talking like extra spicy? Are we talking like orange habanero? What are you thinking here? Are we talking like Asian hot sauces?
Oh my gosh.
What kind of hot sauce are you thinking here, dude? This is
First of
crazy.
all, I'm indecisive and I love everything. So can I say all the above?
Absolutely. I think that's a. I think
I think green hot sauce, if I had to, if I was on a cliff and I had to choose or something, I think I would say the green. The verde is definitely a fave for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. For me, I think I always get the verde salsas out here. I tend to go with that for flavor. The habanero is good for like one drop on something. but
Mm-hmm.
too much for me occasionally. Okay, that's dope. I love that. Now, okay, so gamer, back to
Yeah.
you, gamer. So we talk about the popularity of these gaming competitions. You know, any possibility for some kind of event like that? Are you guys allowed to do events there in New Jersey? What can you guys do? And can
That
we put the gaming event on the docket in the future?
The events have actually been a hot, spicy topic of discussion at the Regulatory Commission lately. So a lot of things are really in limbo. We try to do our events tastefully and hopefully within the rules and regulations.
Gracefully,
And
compliantly, and we don't really want them to know about it.
yep. And but yeah, we have definitely talked about that. I mean, John's a big gamer as well, and that would probably be his dream to do something like that. So
Is Fortnite, is there tournaments, or do you play group, or how does that work with that?
there are tournaments that you could just enter. They're called like cash cups. There's
Ooh,
like a
the
Fortnite World
conservatory
Cup.
cash cups got a ring.
That would be
Oh,
awesome.
come on, dude. That's sick, man. Okay, so New Jersey, right? Last time every time I've been there, it's been kind of tumultuous on the weather. It's been a little bit all over the place, right?
Oh yeah.
You got the ocean there, you got the land. It's the Northeast. Get some balance of warm, cold, humid. Then there, you use that term Guido, the Jersey Shore. Is south of Atlantic City? Is that all a part of that too? What is it? What is it like there in where you guys are at? Describe that community if you could.
So I'll describe the community as big as it is as small as it is. A lot of people know each other. They've lived here for a very long time.
Nice, I like that.
It's very cool. A lot of the big jobs down here are hospitals and construction. So you have a lot of
Hmm.
the construction workers, hospital workers, and like public works, like the gas company, electric company are down here. Obviously, we have Atlantic City, which is crazy because you have 8, 9 casinos, whatever it's at right now. So you have a very big influx of people during the summertime for the beach. The weather is definitely, it varies a lot. And right now, it's supposed to be springtime, but it's like some ugly form of overcast and humidity. And it's just, it's
It's a
just
great
not
time. It's
fun.
a great time to eat some edibles, take some
Yes.
dabs, get outside if you like that and you need that. But for the
Yep.
most part, we're still hunkering down, waiting
Yes.
for summer to hit full stride. Now, do you guys notice different trends based on those buying and seasons and things like that? I would assume more
Yeah.
pre rolls and vapes and things out there, and then switching. Maybe are there strain differences too? Are we seeing indicas in winter, fruity stuff in the summer? What are your thoughts there?
There's definitely a switch in product. I don't think people have gotten there. There's a small percentage of people that probably do different strains, but I don't think it's a big thing out there yet where they're hunting for a specific strain. But just like you said, pre-rolls, vapes in the summer, easy accessibility. You're outside, you want to have fun, you want to pass it around. And then all of those other things in the winter, like we're very big on our dabs at our store too. We love them. We temperature control them. We have a crazy menu of them because our staff love them as well. That's what makes it so good. So
What's your, as we approach the last few moments of the episode, what is your absolute favorite thing about doing all this cannabis business and community building and helping people? What is your absolute favorite thing about it, Kayla? Because I can feel the passion. I see you get all excited about some of these things, just like any other person that really loves this. And so, what is your favorite thing about all this?
I really truly love the community coming from like the casino industry that I was a part of for so long. It's so backstabby and just high level and intense, and you don't really get a life outside of it. And when you come into this industry, I talk to CEOs and like I'll be out there with another CEO and we'll just be like smoking a J, like talking about business. Like it's so chill and just respectable. And uh, I couldn't say more about the community. It's just it's a blessing working for people who love the plant just like I do, because we all, I feel like, internally have that same like chill feeling and just like love everyone, accept everyone, and just, you know, have fun at the end of the day and sell what we love.
Selling what you love, man. Conservatory
Mm-hmm.
Cannabis Co. Kayla, now this is the part where I love to just give people the opportunity to say what they would like to the people. You know, for example, if you wanted to speak to the audience that doesn't know who you guys are, that doesn't know what Conservatory Cannabis Company represents, even after this entire episode, you could reiterate all that and summarize it if you'd like, or just letting people know what you guys have coming up. You know, we're it's 420 month right now. I'm sure this is your big first 420.
Yep.
You should definitely talk a little bit about what you have coming up there, and then any plans maybe post 420 as well that you would like to discuss. But the floor is yours, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Joey. I appreciate you too. Conservatory Cannabis, we just really love the consumers. We are a part of the community because we are the community with you. We know what you love. We know what you like. We are, just like our name goes, we're big into music, so we like to sponsor a lot of shows. We do have a show next Friday at a cool little rock club in Atlantic City called Anchor Rock Club. And we're
Sick.
bringing an Octave Cat, which is super cool, like EDM, like electronic tunes. You can really vibe out to it. We'll have vendors there that could educate you on the products that we carry. And then 420 coming up, I know one of the biggest things we're going to have is a really cool, since it lands on Easter this year, it's a really cool egg hunt, 21 and older, obviously.
Let's go.
But we'll have a fun one with some really cool prizes in there. We're talking about giving away some cool bongs, maybe like a Levo, like oil infuser machine, stuff like that. Really cool items. Obviously, we'll have all the discounts in the world on that day.
Come on, 420. Let's go.
And I'll
Leading
give you a
leading up to the
little
day as well. Do you guys have other stuff going on before too?
before 420.
Yeah.
Not before 420. We just got off of a really big weekend at the Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival, which
Nice.
was super cool. Very tiring, but super cool. And then I'll give everyone a little insight that we are trying to, speaking of hot sauce, we're trying to do our own little Hot Ones event sometime in the summer, and we're trying to plan that out. So
I
that'll be
love that, dude. There we go. Exciting things coming from the Conservatory Cannabis Company, everybody. Make sure you guys follow along. Their website, I have it right here, conservatorycannabis.com. For those of you knuckleheads and stoners that can't spell conservatory, Conservatory. That's, again, for you stoners that couldn't hear me the first time, www.conservatorycannabis.com. You guys can check everything out that they've got going on there. They've got some journal. You can learn more about products and strains. You can obviously pick up. They got also some great items they got some good content on their YouTube channel. You guys can go check that out as well. Ultimately, man, if you guys happen to be down in South Jersey, you guys happen to be over there near Atlantic City, this is a shop you guys should consider, man. It's really cool. And run by a younger group of operators, man. You guys are young business owners, man, leaders in the space. It's super cool. Okay, again, thank you for the episode, and big shout out to our sponsor, sparkscan.com. Make sure you guys reach out, tap in if you have any questions. Growing your marketplace is on aka Weed Maps, Leafly, Yelp, those kinds of things. They make you guys more money. Kayla, thank you again. For those of you guys watching, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, support us, support them, and we'll see you on the next episode. I love you guys.